back with the best detective in the world.
Babies. Ah, it's good to see we've changed our color palette to browns.
And off-white.
Ooh. No, that's not changed at all.
Lord?
No, it's
I'm
green
sorry,
now.
Scott.
You
Well,
should have
yes.
listened to me, Mr. Shelby.
Mr.
I told you to
Shelby.
drop the investigation.
Your son is a serial killer. How many people does he have to kill before you turn him in?
Gordy has his faults, but he's still my son.
Okay,
You have
that's
no
beyond
children,
just like
Shelby. You
fatherly
can't
duty
possibly
and just plain
understand.
stupid.
You'll even
Well,
mature.
he is evil.
Your investigation is
Evil.
for good.
Norman Osborn. So.
I guess.
So.
Well, you know, what's with this game and death and cars?
It's a particular fetish this game has.
I've noticed
Death via car.
there are other ways.
But this is the easiest way. It's just death by car.
Yeah.
Yes, and in this scene, you have to escape the car, obviously.
Goddamn fool. Nothing's gonna work if I don't switch on that ignition.
Yes, because starting a car underwater is the best thing you can do.
Not really. I used to know this acronym for what you're supposed to do. It was something like safer house or something.
Well, he's just used a cigarette lighter.
I guess that works. Of course, they never covered in that acronym what to do if you're tied to your steering wheel and dropped over in your car underwater.
Well, it'd be a much longer acronym, I imagine.
Yeah.
But Scott is free. Now you have the choice to either save Lauren or just leave.
Lauren!
You can just leave her to die.
Lauren!
Well, but being good guys, we have to save Lauren.
Of course.
Yes.
And if you don't save her, you don't get the good ending.
Because you left people to die.
Slap her a few more times, see that it's not going to work.
You know, at this point, I'm just not impressed by this game's action scenes.
It's trying to be pulse pounding.
Yeah, but
It
they've
really
stacked
is.
them so much together. I mean, when you go from orange juice drinking minigame to this, kind of takes away the impact.
Well,
Maybe.
well, this is going into the last act too, so the action is going to be rampant.
All right. I'm excited to see what sort of insanity this thing thinks of.
I was
Oh,
gonna take up
there's-
swimming again. This isn't exactly what I had in
No!
mind.
Ah, because he almost drowned. Ah,
Oh.
Mine's obviously pretty fucked up.
Yeah, sure.
ah, his
What are you
car
gonna
is
do?
messed up
I'm gonna go
because
sell a
it's
few
at the
stores.
bottom of a lake.
I love how just nonchalant they
Lock
are
doors
that
and
they
windows and
just
don't let anybody in
almost
but me.
died.
Okay?
Be careful, Scott. I don't want to lose you.
Scott's a ladies' man.
John Goodman gets all the ladies.
And choose all the
Meh.
M&Ms during in
Meh.
the black room.
Tasty M&M, but I love chocolate. It's just a terrible voice.
Well,
Really should stop doing that voice.
it'd make this game much more funny if that was his actual
Scott
voice.
Shelby.
See, he means serious
Man,
business
bro.
now.
Well, that ruined that game, fool.
Well,
You know, I think think you're within your rights to call the police after the man tries to drown you. And I think your car being at the bottom is enough for this.
Well, this is an action game, and Scott's a badass. He doesn't have time to call the police. He's a hard-boiled cop on the land.
I
Really
like
people in their own
land.
home.
It's tasty. Those are sheep babies. You know how much I love babies.
And for those of you who can count, we're up to about eight or 9 shots right now without a reload. In his pistol.
Magic gun is magic.
Seriously. Scott has all the badass.
Oh, the thrill of a rail shooter!
Basically, that's what this is. It is a very cool sequence the first time through, though.
Yeah, it does at least look a little bit fun.
It's exciting.
Stay back! Don't come near me, or I'll shoot! Fucking asshole. Please, don't... Oh.
That was the best punch ever.
Use the saber-tooth tiger skull!
Street fighting with Scott Shelby.
Your idiot son killed all those kids, didn't he? He's the origami killer.
No! No! He's innocent! He's not a killer! Not a killer!
Aw, not gonna do it into the saber-tooth tiger skull?
No, Scott doesn't fight with
You're a
objects.
fucking liar.
Also, it's that first scene where he fought.
No,
I think that would just be like the best way to
I don't know. I
hurt
swear.
someone,
I don't know anything.
It would be very
using a fossil as a weapon.
cool. It'd be unique.
Stop! Stop! I beg you. I'll tell you everything.
Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the origami killer. He kidnapped that kid and he held him under the water for a little too long. It was an accident. An unfortunate accident.
Yes, murder is an accident.
He just
now.
wanted to play.
What a dick!
He told me everything.
He was crying. He was so sorry for what had happened. Whatever he did, Gordy is my son.
And you've just sold out completely.
No one will miss him.
What?
What?
That boy, Gordy killed. No one will miss him. Just street trash, like so many others.
What a douche.
You disgusting
Well, he
pile
is
of
evil.
shit.
He is evil.
He's not rich. Therefore, no one will
What about
miss
John
him.
Shepard?
Ugh.
Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died. I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave for 30 years.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think. His mother should know. Her name is Anne. Anne Shepard.
Shepherd. You're not saying it like everyone else.
On Shepard.
Shepherd.
She's the killer.
My heart! My heart! Quickly! I need my pills. In that drawer. There.
While he is evil, Scott's alignment dictates that he give him the pills.
Because good is stupid.
Oh yes.
I'm hoping someone got that.
Thank you. You saved my life.
I already regret it.
We all do, Scott. There's all this murder behind him.
I murdered enough people for today. I guess I can let one live.
I've filled out my kill quota for this evening. And back to Madison misadventures.
You know what this game could use?
Hmm.
More crabs.
You know, it really could use crabs, but I don't think there are any in this game.
You know, I would love for a challenge just to be filled with crabs.
The 5th challenge, the challenge of the crab.
There is no cow level.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepard's room.
No, okay,
Please
okay,
sign the
now,
visitor's book.
Now, how does Madison know about Anne Shepard?
Magic?
Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, we're all,
could
we're
say
sort
that.
of all the characters are kind
she'll
of being
be
brought to the
pleased
same
to have a
point. I
visitor.
know, but
No one ever comes to see her.
how does
With
Madison
the
know
Alzheimer's,
that?
she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor. Thank you.
It's corridor. Durr.
Corridor.
Corridor.
I can't say words.
Oh, it's alright.
What? You're not expecting me to do voice acting and stuff?
Well, I can't speak either, but everyone's used to that by now.
Corridor.
Almost 1,000 videos uploaded. They're probably used to it by now.
Corridor.
And I forgot which room was hers all of a sudden.
Corridor.
Indeed. just wait until you were done, really.
Hello, Mrs. Shepard.
Is it time for my pills already?
Granny
No,
needs her
Mrs. Shepard,
pills.
They're never on
Old
time
people
with my
love
pills. I
to
don't
get
know
off
what
their
they do
rockers
here.
in this game.
The other hospital, they were always on time. But here,
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist.
Oh, you can tell her you're
I'd like
a
to ask you
journalist.
some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
It's
Those old people complain.
This hospital's just filled with mushy peas.
Do you remember John?
And
My
men with
Johnny.
mashed potato faces.
He's a good little boy, you know.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
She's dodging. Beat her.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
Got pills here?
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Granny wants to get her pills.
Apparently, she wants her damn pills.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him.
Does he have
Do you
my
understand?
pills?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
Can you bring me a television? Made of pills?
A pill? You know, sometimes I think just looking at the pill commercials on the television is enough.
She subscribed to Origami Magazine.
She's the killer! I think we were both going
Yes, yes we were.
there.
Well, might as well try and fold something.
Hey, guess what I've nicknamed my laptop? Toshiba Inu. Shiba Inus are a breed of dog from Japan, like origami.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it.
At least she has
John loved the little
the ability
dogs.
to do it.
He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max.
That won't be
funny,
any.
isn't it?
That won't be of any importance later on. That he named the dogs Max. No point whatsoever
Did
for
you
that
make
fact.
these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
You just
Yes,
said
your
that, man.
boys, Mrs.
Yeah.
Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son. My little Johnny.
I didn't have any sons. Go away!
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers. I know he'll bring me some.
This is the best old person ever.
I don't know, I like Manfred more.
Oh, yes, yes. Manfred was amazing.
Yeah,
He will be missed.
poor Manfred. With his powers of
Being-
Fred.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her
Being
past?
killed somehow.
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Giving you a hint as to how
I'm
to handle
looking
the
for
puzzle.
Her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Shepherd?
Shepherd.
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
So that's a yes.
Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
Okay, look. You need to find things that'll jog your memory around the hospital. How hard is it to understand, Madison?
Flowers. Take the flowers.
Steal them. They're someone else's, but steal them anyway.
Steal
Your
all the
cause-
flowers.
Your cause is just and righteous.
For you are a journalist on the path of the origami killer.
But first, old woman puzzle.
Now what?
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave.
Okay. Do I need to find pills now?
After this, I'm gonna need you to take this old rope and give it to the man to make a raft with. And then the man makes a raft and comes back and gives you an oar.
Which you trade for the empty tin can, which
You give to the goat, who gives you milk, which you trade for the
okay.
master sword.
Oh, of
Yes.
course. I couldn't find this for the
Are these your
longest
children,
time.
Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
But they had origami.
And the orchids. And the little
I
dogs.
cried
Max.
when they told me.
And pills.
I'd already lost one of my children.
And
Now
television.
they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
Pazuzu.
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
His name? It was me, Austin!
Come closer.
Was me all along!
I'm sure if I knew more about wrestling, I'd get that.
I will explain off camera.
Alright.
It's too long an explanation for this last 30 seconds of the video. But apparently it was earth-shattering.
I never got my pills.
All I wanted was my damn pills!
You know, maybe give her a crossword puzzle. I heard that's supposed to help with, Alzheimer's.
Hmm.
Yeah,